At the bottom of the map of Daybreak, we have currently our Zerg player who's down 1 game in this best of 3, down 1 map. This is his choice, as this, of course, the Azubu Zerg.
Azubu viOLet.
There he is.
Up against the force field feet, starting to the top right. LGIM's Protoss player in this group.
LGIMC.
Just planted his seed for victory. Game number 1. But he has to win another map if he wants to take the best of 3.
Yep.
Doesn't look as tired anymore though.
No, definitely not. Definitely energized by that one, I would say. His micro, his force fields are really good. That Void Ray was kind of like the king defensive unit.
Yeah.
The Void Ray always hovers there, and it's like, yeah, maybe the Void Ray only has, at that first wave, it's like he only has 8 kills, he didn't get that many kills, but the fact that he's there is just like viOLet being like, do I really want to try to pick off a few more of those zealots? Because that Void Ray is going to kill all my roaches really fast.
The map win rate here for viOLet is 50%. For Seed it's a little bit higher with 64%, as you could just see a second ago on screen. And here we have the match history between the two of them. The last engagement was won by Seed with a 2-1 victory. That was in the 3rd season of Code S.
Yeah, so viOLet had that spot. Not so anymore though. Hatch after pool, Nexus first for Seed.
The 3rd season was the season that Seed won, right?
Yes.
Seed, then Life, and then Sniper.
Yep.
If I'm not wrong.
That's correct. I'm pretty sure, right?
Now we have the Scout. Sees everything that's going on. Also, of course, now Nexus first, okay. And viOLet has to be careful. This is his map choice, and he did not choose Abyssal City. We have Seed. If Seed loses, I mean, Seed is in a good position now. Even if he loses this game, he can choose next map, and it's most likely going to be Entombed Valley. 2 reasons. First of all, he chose Entombed Valley already against Sniper, and another reason is he lost it against Sniper. Might sound weird at first, but if you think about it, the way he lost was a bit of a mistake. He didn't really see the links on the minimap, couldn't react, but he did not reveal any strategy. He didn't show what he wanted to do on this map.
Yeah. And
there are several options that he has. He's shown this in the past, so there's just no reason for him to not get Entombed Valley again.
I think Entombed Valley is going to be the choice. It's the map that everyone would choose.
Yeah. If it comes down to that, I'm pretty sure that we are going to see the map
no
again.
Zerg has not chosen Entombed Valley against, or rather no pros have not chosen the Entombed Valley against Zerg, except when Entombed Valley was set number 1 and he didn't have that choice. That was the only time. Now, viOLet has seen the main base. Of course, he wants to put that Overlord to the right side. He's going to try to come in and scout. I could see Seed going for the Immortal push on this map.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be a Stargate again, Wolf.
It starts to seem that way.
We're going to see the Stargate once again. The Stargate is the new Immortal push.
He doesn't have a pylon that indicates Stargate, but that's because the Overlord, the way it came in.
Overlord is still there, yeah, but I'm really interested to see what's going to happen now. The cybernetics score is done, and whatever he does, it's most likely going to be scouted. There's a very, very small chance that these Overlords are not going to spot what he's building.
Super fast +1, that actually means that we could see potentially the 3 additional gates going down. The pylon in the main base indicates this.
He builds the pylon in the main base, yeah, he delays this a little bit so he doesn't start with the tech right away nearby one of those pylons that he already produced. And there we go, Robo.
I think it's going to be the Immortal push. It's getting +1 quickly with the Robo.
Question is, does the Immortals, the Overseer, Overlord spot it?
He won't see it yet.
Does he move in? That's the main thing.
The Stalker is out of position, so he could consider it, but what if the Robo is just far in the main?
The main Overlord is already moving in. The one at the natural is not doing anything. He saw it. Where's the Stalker? Stalker has to go to the top. We have 1 on the map. The second one is headed into the main base, I guess.
Yep. The second one goes in the main.
And he will shut the Overlord down. The Overlord is not going to see this. The second Overlord, that's the big thing.
If he turns, he would see it, but he doesn't turn.
He does. He just was able to spot it. And he also sees the Chrono Boost, where we have a War Prism now. And the Twilight Council to follow this up.
This is not an Immortal push, in fact.
It actually looks a little bit more...
It's going to be that Stalker drop, I think.
Yeah, we could also see a 3rd base here. With the Twilight Council and him going for the Robo and the Twilight Council, we could see the attempt to take a 3rd.
There's also that very specific Blink Stalker all-in where you blink into the main base and force your opponent out with the Warp Prism.
Yeah. We haven't seen that in a long time now.
A really long time, and that's actually the coolest all-in I think that we've ever had in StarCraft 2. It's like the most specific, technical all-in the world has ever seen.
Very, very technical. And sometimes even with the Stargate opening to get the Phoenixes and chase the Overlords away, this is how ZvP built it. We actually have the Blink right away. +2 attack too.
He's going to go for the Stalker drop in the main.
Yeah.
He can also pick up Tumors and then pick up the Stalkers against Speedlings after forcing Lings out, but he's going to drop in the main.
You know, viOLet doesn't have a single Overlord in the vicinity. Nothing.
Nothing, and man, if he goes to the top right of that base and gets a Sentry Warp in with no Scout for viOLet, he doesn't see it.
I don't think that we will see it, but if you see a Sentry Warp in, that would actually be amazing.
There we go, Stalkers going for some drone pickoffs. 4 Stalkers can one-shot a drone.
Yeah, doesn't have Blink just yet. Needs to do it with the Warp Prism. He's done a lot of units here and gets out. 1, 2, 3.
Can't blink into a Warp Prism. He didn't have Blink anyways, but...
You know, he actually had the chance to use the block here, to block the ramp. I mean, he didn't know that. You'd usually assume that there's going to be at least one Overlord that you have to deal with, but that was not the case this time. And now he's trying to do a bit of damage, taking down a few drones. No third base for Seed just yet.
Yeah, you're right. No third base, just the macro hatch for viOLet. Blink +2, Immortals leads towards the third base, but he could go for an attack. It all depends on if he adds gates. He's got a probe ready to add gates. I see it. It's idle. Probe's waiting, man, for a sign.
That would be a nice variation if he really goes to do this, does this on 2 bases.
He's already got 6 gates. He could add 2 more.
You know, we have a lot of creep spread at the third now, so it's very difficult for C to take this base in time. But he has 1 Immortal. He's getting the 2nd Immortal. Overseer is still having some scouting information. Blink is ready. +2 attack is also done. Now comes the Infestation Pit. But if Seed moves out, it's most likely going to be too late.
Stalkers blink in and get picked up. He's trying to pick up these Tumors, but 4 Stalkers cannot one-shot a Tumor.
That was actually funny. Everyone was ready for the Stalkers to be dropped and they blink in and immediately being picked up. And here comes the move out.
Changeling sees everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's of course really annoying here. Usually the Changeling is not able to get this close, but he wants to go for the third. He takes down the Overlord.
Oh man, Seed's third is so late. He added a bunch of gateways. He did not go for a timing. He did not do very much damage with the Warp Prism. He only killed 2 workers. That's it. Yeah, he killed a bunch of Lings and almost killed some Tumors, but almost is not good enough. I'm gonna kill a few more Lings here as well.
Seed doing a little bit of damage. I mean, the Warp Prism is being annoying here, yeah, and it buys him some time. He also has some scouting information, which is really important. With all the Immortals that he has, and also +3 attack already on the board, I feel that we see him in a position where he can definitely defend. The question is, will viOLet try to just break through again?
I don't think he's going to try to attack the third base. I think he's just going to poke around a little bit while he gets his Infestors out. Pathogen Glands are at the point now where he can start the Infestors and line up the upgrade. He's just going to look. He's going to kill these rocks. Not going to commit heavily. We saw him committing heavily last game was actually his downfall against C.
Yep. There are 4 Immortals. This is a lot. With Roaches alone, that's not something that you don't want to do.
Still no Infestors.
Oh, he's going in for Never Agna Wolf. He's going to hit the third.
Oh, wow, yeah, you're right. He's going to be able to get this Forge. He goes in and goes for the Immortal.
Those force fields didn't do anything for him. He really expected viOLet to turn around to attack him, but viOLet doesn't even think about it.
Yeah, he had to go for the cancel on the Nexus, and now the Immortals starting to take some damage here. viOLet is going to pick them off, and once the Immortals are gone, this composition for viOLet is exactly what he wants.
Blinks in the main base, takes down the rest of the Roaches who were able to get in the main, but we have viOLet just pressuring down the wall in.
The core, man, it's gone. Another warp in, though, in the main base can be very annoying. viOLet's starting to lose some Harvesters.
He's losing a lot of Harvesters, but this is just not going to win him the game. Seed has the Warp Prism still in position, but we have just so much pressure. No third base for Seed.
The first Infestor has been made.
Seed is trying to push this now. He doesn't go into a third base. He knows that at this point he just can't get the third. Oh, he actually tries to do it.
He knows he has to try to take a third because this push will never work against Infestors.
But do you think the third is going to work? It's
I don't
so
think,
late.
You know, to be honest, neither of them seem like a good choice because he's so behind. But the army supply is better for viOLet. He's got the better composition now with the Infestors coming out, and he eliminated so many of those Immortals that the Roach composition is just so good.
How many Immortals do we have?
Just 2.
Only 2.
This Warpin, though, is really cool. I like this. Just keep 4. Pick off some drones and get out. He's been using this Warp Prism to such great effect in this game already.
He took down the Queen on tour, you know, so it's really hard for him to make this work and to chase the Warp Prism away. And overall, Seed has the more cost-efficient play here, but he is so low in economy compared to viOLet. 2 base against 3, now 3 against 4.
And then the Fungals, the Infestors are going to make the composition just better.
Seed still has a decent amount of supply. I mean, he's not out of this yet, but it's definitely going to be a bit tricky. The upgrades, that's something where he really shines. With the +3 attack upgrade, now it started again. Keep in mind that he already had it started and then the Forge was killed, so even though he was delayed, he is still ahead in the attack upgrades by a lot.
14 more drones coming out. This base is going to be defended easily by Seed this time. He's got his units really well spread. He's got a ton of cannons. 17 drones. It's going to put him up to 88 drones. He's going to be able to make some spines and spores to defend against Warp Prism play that's already been an annoyance for him. Then he will go into Greater Spire Hive, and Spire started right away. His Infestor count going up to 4. He's a little bit low on the Infestors, I have to say.
I feel if Seed wants to win this game, he has to hit before the Broodlords already.
No chance if he doesn't, I completely agree.
We didn't see a single Protoss player prevail when the Broodlords were in the game, even with the Mothership. But Seed has shown on Antigua Shipyard already that he can hit those timings, and he can hit them pretty hard. And with how this works for him, with extended thermal lancer +3 attack, I feel that he can do it. The Spine Crawlers are coming up now, and there are a lot for viOLet. He really wants to play this a little bit more passive than he did in the last game, but Seed is now already on the move, and he has a very scary army. He's actually ahead in the army supply with 111 against 101.
Yeah. That Spire coming out here is a lot of tech, or rather a lot of gas dumped in for viOLet. viOLet's Infestor count still very low at only 5.
Yeah, and viOLet's Corruptor count is at 0.
Yeah, the Spire's not ready yet. He's going to just circumvent the Spine Crawlers. This is a great way for Seed to fight this. He's actually doing everything correctly here, +3.
And as long as he has those those Colossi and there are no Corruptors, I feel he can easily break through this. Even the Immortals here.
I'm with you on this, the Fungals. Where are they? Actually targets down the Infestors. They're at the back. They're not fighting.
I don't think that viOLet can win this fight, Wolf.
No, he cannot. Not without Corruptors. 11 of them are started. He needs to buy a little bit more time, but he's already started to lose so much.
He's losing a lot here, and he's losing one Spine Crawler after another. He's actually supply blocked after this. And here comes Seed, and this 4th base is doomed. The question is, will he win the game as well?
+2 Carapace finishing up here. This is really important for him to have. He actually takes a few Colossi shots, though, before it's ready. One Colossus is isolated, but that also means the Roaches are not really participating in the fight to do the real damage.
And here come the Corruptors now. They are streaming in, trying to take down those 2 Colossi.
I think he's done it.
I think so as well. There are just too many units that are already gone for viOLet. viOLet is down to 2 Infestors and 1 Roach.
Seed is putting a dent in this supply count. He is shutting down the Doubters.
Somewhere in a dark room, Todd is celebrating right now. 1 Roach only. That is exactly his wet dream come true. GG. Taking a win for all the Protoss players out there with a 2-0. Seed takes down viOLet, finds himself at exactly the same match score as viOLet and Sniper.
He's saying, if there are doubters out there about me, doubt me no more. Protoss fans everywhere. Maybe Rain can't do it, but I can. But that was just the first of the Zerg players from the defeat.
So currently in the ranking, I'm not quite sure if we have this before we jump into our break, but Life is taking the first place now with 2 match wins. And then we have on second place Sniper. He has 1 win, 1 loss, but his map score is +1. Third place is for Seed, who is also at 1-1 and is on even map scores. viOLet is taking the 4th place, also on 1-1, so tied with Sniper and Seed, but his map score is -1. And Rain is taking the last place in the group because he is on 0-2 in match wins.
Yeah, that is how it all goes down. Rain taking up last place right now. A lot of people expect him to do a lot better, myself included. You know, he's been in a little bit of a rough time in Korea, especially in the GSL. He lost already in Kode, but overseas he was looking really good. So don't count him out yet, but he's got a big deficit to overcome.
He has to face Sniper next, and of course we have now our big break, and in 1 hour and 20 minutes we will be back with our last 5 best-of-3s for the day. Rain versus Sniper, viOLet versus Life. We have Rain versus Seed, viOLet versus Sniper, and then last but not least, Life versus Seed. Those are the games that are coming up later in 1 hour and 20 minutes with the second part, with the evening session of our Group B. So guys...
I think we're going to take a look at our results actually just briefly before we go into the break. So you just said them all already, but we're going to see them graphically. And you know what? I like listening to Color Sam more anyways, but just in case some people are watching this didn't hear, here we go. Life leading 2-0. Second place Sniper and Seed with third. You can see the reason why is because Seed is on even map score and Sniper takes that early lead. No players with warnings. Fourth place is viOLet with -1, but Rain 0-2 takes up fifth. You already said all that, but now you can see it graphically. Here are the order of our next matches. Rain versus Sniper, viOLet versus Life, then Rain will face Seed in our Protoss versus Protoss. And the last two matches, of course, will be a ZvZ between viOLet and Sniper, and Life will face Seed in the final match to determine all of the rankings.
Exactly. So, yep, we have 5 more matches coming up in 1 hour and 20 minutes. So, guys, make sure that you tune in at the Blizzard Cup 2012 later on, and then we'll see how our Protoss players are going to do against those dominant Zerg players. So far, Seed seems like the only hope for Aya, but maybe Rain can start to turn things around starting in 1 hour and 20 minutes against Sniper. We'll find out. See you soon.